types of thermodynamic processes. So these are the our goal is to know about these processes. That is the very important. So what does mean by the thermodynamic process? So what is meaning of this thermodynamic process? First we need to know the see, this is the T is there, thermodynamic. So in the short form I will write as T. So I am taking T processes. What does mean T process? Means if the thermodynamic system is changes from one state to other state. So if the thermodynamic system, let's assume I am taking, this is the one of the system. The system is nothing but it is the one working substance. So it may be having the sum of the pressure P1, it may be some having the volume V1, thermodynamic variables, the temperature T1 and something, so many parameters are there. So after some time the system is attained to another state. Another state means the variables will be changes. So it may be the pressure P2, V2 and T2, some other variables is there. You may feel that all parameters will changes or something, some of the parameters will not be changes, means it will happen. So if the system is moving at a constant value, means pressure will changes but volume will be constant. If the system is moving at constant temperature, means pressure will changes, constant volume will changes but temperature must be constant, like that. So that what does it mean, sir? When the state of the thermodynamic system is changes from one state to other state, that process is named as the thermodynamic process. It is converting from one state to other state. You can take the example in the and early morning you are in your house. After 2 o'clock you are in the temple. That means your state is changes. So the location of your identity, your location is your home at morning session. Your location is at afternoon session. It is in a temple. So that means your state is changing. That I am taking with help of the coordinate system. I am taking it is your home means x1 y1. After afternoon means your position is changes. It may be your temple means x2 y2. This is the another coordinates. In the same manner, thermodynamic system, how can we explain? With help of the thermodynamic variables. If the state is changes, means what can we with help of this variables of thermodynamic variables, we can say that the thermodynamic system is converted to it is changes to one state to other state. So that means the thermodynamic process is nothing but it is change of thermodynamic variables, thermodynamic variables. So that means it is changing the thermodynamic variables. So it can change in the thermodynamic variables in the different manner. Let's look, I am taking, it is the system. So this system is converting to from one state, it is the state 1, it is going to the another state. It may be happen at a constant volume. That means V is a constant. V is constant with at initial position P1, V1, T1 and so on, so many parameters are there. So if you convert to the other state 2, the variables will convert to the P2 and T2, but you need to keep it as the V1 is the constant, is the same, V is the V1 only. So that means while the state is changing from one state to other state, the variables of the thermodynamic parameters also will change, but it will change in the different process. It may be changes at constant temperature. After some time, if it is possible, it can change at constant temperature also. It can change at constant energy also. It can change like that. It can change at constant pressure also. Like that, so many you can convert this state from one state to other state by keeping any one of the thermodynamic parameter at constant. So we are going to learn some of the processes how the thermodynamic systems is converting from one state to other state. Let me start from easy method. We will start with the first process is isobaric process. Now the first conversion process is isobaric process. Isobaric process. So that means the isobaric process means isobaric. See, the barometer will measure what physical quantity barometer will measure. So the barometer will measure the pressure. Pressure will measure. Are you there? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, the barometer will measure the pressure. So iso means the same. It is the meaning of iso means same throughout the process. That means in the isobaric process, the pressure is the constant. So what does it mean? A thermodynamic process which is converting from one state to other state by keeping the pressure at a constant, that process is named as the isobaric process. So let me write the definition. If the thermodynamic system, TS means thermodynamic system, is changes from one state to other state, from one state to other by keeping pressure at constant. So constant, that means that process is named as the isobaric process. That means throughout this process, one of the thermodynamic quantity is kept at constant. That parameter is named as the pressure. Pressure is the constant. We will please to explain this thermodynamic process. Pressure is the constant. Did you recall any one of the law where the pressure is a constant? Yes, Charles law is there. So to explain this thermodynamic process, we can use the equation of state. Equation of state that is equal to the volume divided by temperature is equal to constant. Volume divided by temperature is equal to constant throughout this process. This is nothing but it is the Charles law. So this is the Charles law. So that means what is the meaning of in the isobaric process? The thermodynamic system will obey the Charles law. So that is the very, very important. So that means in the thermodynamic, in the isobaric process, the thermodynamic system obeys Charles law. So that is the Charles law, it will obey. So that means so if you want to draw the PV diagram of the thermodynamic system, that is the potential and pressure and volume diagram. If you are planning to draw the PV diagram, that means in the graphical representation, if you want to if you are drawing the graphs while in the isobaric process means it may be drawn between the we can draw the graphs between the pressure and volume, we can draw the graphs between the volume and temperature, we can draw the graphs between the pressure and temperature also. We can draw these type of graphs. So because of we are performing the thermodynamic process, so these quantities can vary. So let me start with the initial of the pressure and volume. I am taking the graph. So PV graph. I am taking the PV graph. So that means if a graph is drawn in between by taking the pressure in the y-axis and volume in the x-axis. Let me take this the graph. How can I draw this one? Pressure in the y-axis and volume in the x-axis. What does it mean? If the system is expanding, that means expansion takes place. So I am taking the case 1. It is the case 1 I am taking. If the system is expanding, expanding means the initial volume will be lesser as compared to the final volume. So that means the volume will be increases. The volume will be increases. But one thing you need to take care about this one. We are drawing the graphs at constant pressure. P is the constant. That you need to remember. You need to remember throughout the lecture. So that means where we are doing, why in the initial state, let's assume the volume of the pressure is here. Let's assume it is the VI. So after final state, the system is attained to another position. The volume of the system is VF. But in between these two states, the volume must be constant. This is the graph for this one. How this is moving? Like this. It is a graph for the system for the isobaric expansion. This means P is nothing but isobaric state. Na? So this is the graph for the isobaric, but the gas is expanding. The system is expanding. That means this graph is for the isobaric expansion gap. So what is this one? So if you want to, this is the graph for the PV graph, for the graph is explaining for the isobaric expansion. Now if you want to take the slope of the graph, if you want to take the slope of the graph, what is the slope of the graph? If you take any graph like this, the slope of the graph means y term divided by x term, the variation in the y divided by variation in the x. Now will you please look on this one. What is the variation in the y value? Y is the same position, nothing is changing. Y2 minus Y1, it is the Y1. So if you take Y2, this is the Y2, both are same, nothing is changed. Then what is the slope of the graph? Slope of the graph means dP by dV, that is equal to same P1 minus P1 only. Let's assume I am taking the pressure is equal to P1. So P1 minus P1 only, that is equal to V final minus V initial, that is equal to what is the value? 0. So 0. So what they will ask means in the isobaric expansion, the slope of the graph in PV graph, the slope of the PV graph, then dP by dV is equal to 0. You need to remember this one. Now this is the expansion graph. Now I am taking the compression of the graph. Compression. Now I am taking the case 2. Case 2, that means a compression. So that means compression means the volume of the glass, the volume of the system is initially at a higher volume. After that it is decreasing to the final value VF. The initial volume is higher as compared to the final value. Let's assume I am drawing the graph like this. It is the graph like this. Let's assume it is the P and Y axis, V in the X axis. What will happen? We are starting from higher volume. That means VI here. So where we are going after compression, the volume of the gas is came to the VF from here. Are you getting or not? We are moving like this direction because of we are compressing that one. So at initial state the pressure of the gas is here. The final stage also pressure of the gas is here. But how we are moving like this direction we are moving. Are you getting or not? Hello.
Yes,
So that means in this case also dP by dV, the slope of the graph dP by dV is equal to question mark. What is the value?
0.
0 only. This graph can be represented for the isobaric compression. So this graph is represented for the isobaric compression. So this is the isobaric compression. Now if we draw a graph between the P and T graph, P and T. Let me draw the graph for P and T graph. I am drawing the graphs for the P and T graph. Let me draw. So what I told you, so the pressure is the constant. When the pressure is the constant, it may be changes the temperature. So why in the isobaric process, what is I already told you, in the isobaric process, Isobaric process, P always constant, P always constant. Now the system is converting from one state to other state, where the gas can be use the temperature. It may be rise the temperature, it may be decrease the temperature. Let me take the isobaric temperature. We cannot say the system is decreasing while expanding. We cannot say the system is the temperature is increasing while compressing. We cannot say. Just I am taking generalized case where the system is increasing the temperature. Let's assume I am taking if T1 is lesser than to the T2. We don't know. It may be expression, it may be compression. We are not specifying here. Now, how can we draw the graph? How it look like? So that means if you draw the graph, between the temperature, it means the pressure. That means if the temperature T1 is the lower value at initial state, the temperature is the final value is the higher value T2 at final state. Let me take a Ti and Tf for your easy understand. Ti and Tf. The higher temperature is the bigger, but the see at initial state and final state the pressure is the same. So we are moving like this direction way. So this is equal to isobaric graph at constant while the temperature is changing. So this graph is represent isobaric temperature isobaric graph while temperature rising. You cannot say while the compression only this temperature rises. We cannot say like that. If the sum of the temperature is given to the system, then this graph will be attained like this. Tell me the slope of the graph here. Tell me the slope of the graph. Slope of the graph is equal to dp by dt. That value also here also will be 0. Now I am going to take the graph for the VT graph. Now I am taking the graph VT graph. How it look like? Tell me the VT graph. Will you please look on this one? So again, what I told you in the isobaric process, the system will obey the rule of the Charles law. I already told you. Charles law means that V by T is always constant. V by T is always constant. So that means V is directly proportional to the T. V is directly proportional to T. So this is nothing but Y is equal to mx. So formula is there, no? Like that only it is having. Y is directly proportional to x. Y is equal to mx graph. How it look like? It look like this. Y is a straight line which is passing through the origin. So like that. In the same manner, the graph will be appear like this. In a similar manner, the graph which is drawn here, so like this it will appear. So the volume in the y-axis, the temperature in the x-axis, this is the graph will look like. So the angle, the angle will represent the slope of the graph. So what is the slope of the graph here? The slope, how can we get? Slope is equal to theta, we need to get theta. How can we get? Theta is equal to, you can take the tan theta value here. Tan theta is equal to opposite side value. Opposite side value volume, adjacent side value temperature. So we can take the tan theta. How can we get the slope is equal to opposite side value delta t? You can take the small value. So this value I am taking. Let's assume take delta v. So this is the opposite side delta v. Adjacent side value delta t by delta v divided delta t. From this one, theta is equal to tan inverse of delta v divided by delta t. You can get the slope of this one with help of this one. What is this one? Yes. What is this graph? This is the graph for the isobaric expansion. Isobaric process. Now, if you want to calculate the work done by the system or external work done about the system means how can we find out this one? What I told you, let me write down important one. Work done in the isobaric isobaric process. Isobaric process. What is happening? Work done. So in the isobaric process, I told you P is the constant. P is the constant. In the isobaric process, P is the constant means we know that what we know the work done. W is equal to P into delta V. This formula we know. Yesterday also I introduced this one. Work done is equal to P into dV. Let's assume the system is converting at initial value is equal to Vi and the final value it is the initial value Vi and the final value is equal to Vf. What is the work done formula from this one? W is equal to P into delta V is nothing but final value minus initial value we will get. So that is the formula for that one. So one more point I already introduced here. So while the system is, if the system is ideal gas, let's assume if the system is ideal gas with n moles. N moles is there. Now can we apply P1 V1 by T1 is equal to P2 V2 by T2, P2 V2 by T2. This formula we can write. So what is our goal? Vf by V2 we needed. Vf by V2 we needed. So can we apply this one? So what I can write here? P1. So P1 V1 is equal to PV is equal to nRT is there. So in this isobaric process, total pressure is the constant, that is equal to V1 is equal to the P is the constant. So P into V1 is equal to nR into T1. So P1 V1 is equal to T1 as P1 and P2 and so on, always constant in isobaric process. Are you getting or not? Hello?
Yes.
Isobaric process. That's why I am taking this one, isobaric process. Now, if P1 is equal to P is equal to P1 V1 is equal to nRT1. Similarly, in the same manner, so P2 V2 is equal to, we have another formula nRT2. But in the isobaric process, P2 is also P only. PV2 is equal to nRT2 we can write. So will you please look on this work done formula in the above what I given. Work done W is equal to P into V final value minus V initial value I given. So V final value, V initial value. Let's assume V1 is equal to V initial value. V final is equal to V2 is equal to V final value. Then we can substitute here V2 V1 that is equal to P into V2. V2 minus V1 we can write. So multiply this P inside to the distributing glass, so that is equal to PV2 minus PV1 we will get. So we are already having the formulas for PV1 and PV2 formulas. Just to substitute that values, that is equal to nRT2 minus nRT1 we will get. So what is the values we are having? The common we here means T2 minus T1. That's can I write this one for your generalized case, that is equal to nR into Tf minus Ti. This is the work done in the isobaric process. If you know, if they are giving the temperature, this formula you need to use. If they are giving the pressure means we can directly use, volume means we can directly use this formula. These two formulas are we need to remember in the isobaric process. Is there any doubt regarding this?
Okay.
No, no?
Yes, sir.
Now let me go to the how can we apply the thermodynamic formula in the isobaric process? First law of thermodynamic. How we can apply first law of thermodynamic. Let me write the first law of thermodynamics in isobaric process. So what is the isobaric process? What is the first law of thermodynamics? We know that first law of thermodynamics is equal to dq is equal to du plus dw. This is the formula. This is the formula for the first law of thermodynamics. Did you know this one? This is already introduced in the lecture. Hello?
Yes.
That one. So dq is equal to du plus dw. In this one, du is nothing but a change in internal energy. dw is equal to work done, external work done. So in the isobaric process, what is the formulas we are having? In the external work done, we have the formula dq is equal to, we can apply the du, we having the P into V final minus V initial. This formula we can apply. Otherwise, if they given the change in temperature means, we can apply NR into T final minus T initial. We can apply these two formulas. These are the formulas we are going to apply in the isobaric process. How the first law of thermodynamics is converting, we need to apply this one. So otherwise, in the short form also these formulas can be written like this. Let me write it, that is equal to dq is equal to du, pressure is the constant, sorry, plus into pressure is the constant into delta V, and the similar manner dq is equal to delta U plus nr is the constant delta T. Delta T. These can be written. These formulas can be applied in the first law of thermodynamics while the system is converting from one state to other state in the isobaric process only. Now we are moving to the another type of process. Let me move on to the another type of process. The second case is the isochoric process. The second process is there any issue regarding this first process?
No, sir.
Now let me introduce the second process, isochoric process. Isochoric process. So that means this one. So let me start this one. So isochoric process means it is the process where the thermodynamic system is converting from one state to other state at a constant volume. So let me write that one. Sorry for the confuse. So it is the process. Please correct yourself if I written wrong means. It is the process where the thermodynamic system, TS means the thermodynamic system, is converting from one state to other state. Converting from one state to other state, one state to other state at constant volume. This is the process is there. So indirectly, so this is saying that in this isochoric process means V must be kept at constant throughout the process. So the remaining all parameters can be changes. So the remaining all parameters can be changes. So will you please tell me any one of the these process where can we apply this type of process? Let me, I am taking how the process is taking place. Let me take one of the small container. This is the rigid container without any leakages. This one. So I put one of the gas inside this one. Now let's assume I am heating this. Container. So while I am heating this one means definitely the temperature will rises. The number of collisions will be increases. The temperature rises means the initial temperature of the, so without heating this box is like this. So this is the gas inside this one. At the state 1 means the pressure, volume, P1, V1 and temperature is the T1 of the system. So while I am giving the heat means some amount of energy I introduce to the system. So while these absorbing the system, energy of the system, so the temperature will definitely it will rises to the temperature T2 while increasing the temperature, but these are the rigid walls without any leakage of this one. That means the more energy, the more number of collisions will appear on the walls of the container. That means pressure will also increases, but what we kept at constant, we did not changes any volume of the system. So that means volume must be constant at V1 only. Are you getting or not? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So this is the process. This is the process where if we heat the system at a constant volume, that means the example for this one. So if we heat a system, if we heat a system at a fixed walls, at a fixed walls. That means the walls are not changes. So that then the volume must be constant. Now if the temperature, if the volume is the constant, means at constant volume, one of the law is there in the Charles law and Boyle's law, and also Charles law. One more formula is there. It is named as the Gay-Lussac law is there. So will you please look on this one? The Charles law at constant volume formula is there, no? Charles law at constant temperature, one formula is there. Charles law at constant volume formula is there. Are you getting or not? Hello. So tell me the Charles law at constant pressure, constant volume. It is nothing but it is Charles law. Charles law at constant pressure. At constant volume. At constant volume. We are doing the system conversion process. It is at a it is obey the it can obey. I can write it can obeys. It can obeys Charles law at constant volume. That means Charles law at constant volume is given to the one of the scientist name. It is the Gay-Lussac law also. Gay-Lussac law. Gay-Lussac law. So it is another name is there, Gay-Lussac law. What is this law will tell that? So this law will tell that so the volume is constant means the P divided by T is equal to constant. P divided by T is equal to constant. This is the Charles law at constant volume or Gay-Lussac law at Gay-Lussac law. We will introduce this one. So this is the P by T is the constant formula. This is the volume is constant. Now let me go to this one. So in this one, it is possible to expansion of the gas. It is possible to compression of the gas in this situation. We are doing the converting the system from one state to other state. So the system is like this. We are converting the system to another state. Is it possible to compress the system, or is it possible to expand the system? Because of we are performing everything at constant volume. Is it possible or not? That is my question.
No, sir.
No means we are unable to unable to expand, and we are unable to compression because of our total process is performing at constant volume. Now how the graphs will look like? We will start with this previous method only. Let me draw the graphical representation for the PV graph. I am taking the PV graph. So PV graph means if the temperature rises, definitely the pressure will rises. The pressure can be changes. So let me take the graph like this. Let me take the pressure P and volume V, pressure in the y-axis and volume in the x-axis. Now the pressure is changing from let's assume it is the initial pressure Pi here. The pressure is changing to final pressure in the PF here. So but initial pressure and final pressure, volume is a constant or volume is a changing? Volume is constant. Here and here both are pressure is volume is same. If we draw the graph like this, this will be represent for the the increment in the pressure of the gas. That is this is the gas isochoric process while the pressure is increased. This graph will represent. So this graph will represent. This graph will represent what it is saying. What is saying? Represent in isochoric process. In isochoric process. Why? What is mean? While the pressure is increasing. Pressure is increasing pressure. This type of graph will come. So arrow, how should you write the arrow diagram? So the pressure is moving like this. So the initial pressure is a Pi here. final pressure PF here, and the arrow will be appearance like this. This is the ISO. Now tell me, what is the slope of this graph? Tell me the slope of this graph. Let me go to this side. So what is the slope of the graph? Slope. Undefined. So it is undefined. No? It is infinity. We cannot define this one. So the slope is nothing but the variation in the y value divided. Variation in the y value divided by variation in the x value. That is equal to dp value divided by dv value. But dp value is nothing but a p final value minus p initial value we can take, but v value we can take the same value. V initial value v only, v final value also v only, because of at constant value we are doing. So this value will become 0. So something divided by 0 is equal to, we cannot define that one, infinity. We don't define that one. So the slope of the graph is equal to infinity in the PV graph of the which process we are doing? Isochoric process. In isochoric process. So now if you go to this is the graph will represent for the isochoric process while the pressure is increasing. Now if the pressure is decreasing, PV graph while pressure is decreasing. Pressure is decreasing. What will happen? Pressure decreasing means P of initial is greater than to the P of final. So it is coming down. Pressure is coming down. How will it look like? The graph, if we draw the graph means, so the volume is here, pressure is here. Let me initiate from the starting, we are moving here. So here is the pressure, what is the value having? Pi. Now final position, the pressure is equal to, here is the final value Pf, it is the Pi. Initial state we are having more pressure, final state we are having the less pressure. So but we are performing the work, we are performing the process at constant volume. That means how the graph will look like? It will come like this. Arrow, how should we represent? The arrow should make the downward direction. So because of the pressure is coming down, initial pressure is more as compared to the final pressure. Now tell me that this graph will represent for the pressure, then isochoric process while the pressure is decreasing. Now tell me the slope for this one also. Tell me the slope. Slope is equal to, dp by dv. Here also we cannot define. So because of dp value is some value we can get, but dv value we can get the 0. Something by 0 is equal to undefined. This will slope will that the pressure is decreasing. This slope will represent while pressure is decreasing. I already mentioned in the top one. Now if we go to the another graph, so VT graph. I am drawing the VT graph. Let me start with the VT graph. Otherwise, I will go to the PT graph in order manner. PT graph. Pressure and temperature graph. So pressure and temperature graph means I already told you. So these process will obey the Gelusa law. Gelusa law will tell us that what is the Gelusa law is saying. So P by T is equal to constant. P by T is equal to constant. That means the P by T is a constant means P is directly proportional to the temperature. It is indirectly saying that Y is equal to X, Y is equal to Mx, or Y is directly proportional to X. How it will look like this one? It is the slope, the straight line which is passing through the origin. So in a similar manner, the graph will also appear here. So if you draw the pressure and the temperature graph, this graph also will pass us through the origin. Okay now, hello?
Yes, yes.
So in this one, this is the graph. So if this graph is passing through the origin means now if we take what is the slope of this graph? This is the temperature. This is the theta. Then tell me the slope of the graph. How can we get, if we take the small portion here, so this value is equal to dp, this value is equal to dt. Now this value is equal to angle tan theta is equal to, now opposite side by dp divided by adjacent side dt, then theta is equal to tan inverse of, tell me, tan inverse of dp by dt, delta p by delta t. If we want to take a complete graph, so the complete graph means it is the complete p and the complete t. Otherwise, we can take the theta is equal to tan inverse of complete pressure value, complete T value. We will get the formula. Same only. Sometimes they will give like this also. They won't give some partial value. They will give the complete pressure value. They will give the complete temperature value. We can take the complete P by complete T. That is equal to this value. This is nothing but theta is equal to slope. Theta is equal to slope of the graph. Are you getting or not? Hello? Hello. Okay. Now we are going to the another manner. So if we draw the graph between the V and tree, VT graph. VT graph means VT graph. We are drawing the VT graph means, but this process is isochoric process. V is always constant. V must be constant, but temperature can be changes. If the temperature can be Ti is lesser than to the Tf, that is increasing in temperature. So that is if the temperature is increased, so then the graph can be how it look like. Draw the graph like this. In between volume and the temperature like this. This is the volume, this is the temperature. So the temperature initially at lower value, I am taking lower value. The temperature at final some higher value is there. But in these two process, volume must be same. Here is the volume is same, here also same volume is there. But how it look like? This is the graph field. How the arrow should be represented? If the temperature is increasing, arrow in rightward direction. We need to draw the arrow in rightward direction. So it is the temperature is increasing. If the temperature is decreasing, means how it look like the diagram? So this is the temperature, it is the pressure. So in the initial we will take the higher temperature, it is the Ti. So the final temperature we are getting the lower temperature Tf. The initial temperature and final temperature, the system is same pressure. So we will take the arrow should be in opposite direction. So in the left side direction. Are you getting or not? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So it is the increasing temperature. This graph for the increasing temperature for diagram. It is the decreasing temperature diagram. So, sorry, graph, not diagram, graph. Now, how they may ask that means, they may ask the question, we need to apply this concept to the thermodynamic, first law of thermodynamic. To apply the first law of thermodynamic, we need to know the work. What is the work value in this isochoric process? Generally, we have the work formula W is equal to P into dV. But in our case, what is our formula? V is equal to always constant. P into dV is equal to P into final value minus initial value. But our case is nothing but, what is our case? Isochoric process. We are in the isochoric process. Means what is our problem? So the volume is constant means V initial minus V final or anything that must be equal to some same only. The same value only we will get. It is the constant. That means the work done W is equal to P into V final value. V only, V initial value is equal to V only is equal to 0. Very, very important. In the isochoric process, the work done due to the work done W is equal to, so I need to write here is the dV, na? Otherwise sometimes they will take the dW is equal to P d delta V also they will write like this. So I need to write dW or dV. So that means d delta W is equal to 0 in isochoric process. Very, very important. Choric process. Are you getting or not? This is how we are approaching the concept. It is very, very important. Now I already told you. So what is the first law of thermodynamic? Write the first law of thermodynamic. The first law of thermodynamics will tells that delta Q is equal to delta U plus delta W in this one. But in our process, delta W is equal to 0 because of we are in the isochoric process. Isochoric process. Delta W is equal to 0. That's why delta Q is equal to delta U only. Delta Q is equal to delta U only. I already told you for you. Please remember one of the formula. The internal energy of the system du is equal to, I already told you, N of Cv into delta T. I already told you. Please remember this formula. We are going to use in our while problem solving also. Then this formula can be written as delta Q is equal to delta U is equal to N of Cv into delta T. This formula we need to apply. Sorry, this is U, na? This is U. So this formula we need to apply in the isochoric. What is here? Cv is equal to specific heat capacity at constant volume. Specific heat capacity at constant value. They will give this value. They will give the how much change in temperature. They will give number of moles. They may ask what is the rise in internal energy. They will ask. They may ask what is the total energy of the system. They may ask like that. They may ask. Let me please concentrate here. The total energy of the system supplied to the system is equal to just change in temperature only. Are you getting or not? Sorry, change in internal energy only. So let me write here. So please concentrate here. Let me conclusion here. So in isochoric process, the energy supplied to the system. dq means energy supplied to the system. Na? What we did, we taken one rigid support with a gas. We supplied heat to the system. We are giving to the system delta Q. Delta Q we are supplying. So what does it mean? That in the isochoric process, the energy supplied to the system is equal to the energy supplied to the system. System is equal to change in internal energy only. Just changing its internal energy only. Change in its internal energy only. Internal energy. So that means they don't having the work done due to the external. The general formula what is having? General formula dq delta Q is equal to delta U plus delta W is there. But in our isochoric process, delta W will not be appear. So that means our how much energy we are supplying that completely utilized to increase the internal energy of the system. Are you getting or not? Hello.
Yes, sir.
So that is a very very important. While we are solving the problems, we will directly approach by taking the dq is equal to du only. While if the process is the isochoric process, then you need to remember this one. That's why I told you please one rough running notes. Otherwise you cannot remember these. Now we are moving to the another one, isothermal process. That is the third process is isothermal process. Third process is isothermal process. So the isothermal process is nothing but while the system is changing from one state to other state by keeping the temperature at constant. So this case is nothing but the system is converting at constant temperature. T is equal to constant. The system is converting at constant temperature. So that system is converting at constant temperature means can you take any one of the example? Any one of the example, will you please give the one of the example? Yes. No. Let me take the water is boiling. Water is boiling at 100 degrees Celsius. Let me take the water is at 100 degrees Celsius. So the water is converting to the vapor. Vapor state it is going. So the water is converting the vapor. Vapor temperature is 100 degrees Celsius only. So you please look on this one. The bottom system water is equal to 100 degrees only. The top system vapor temperature is also 100 degrees centigrade only, but it is the state of vapor, but in the state of water. So it is converting the same temperature only. Are you getting or not? Hello.
Yes, sir.
It is the isothermal process. In the same process, can we take like this? Water is freezing. Water is freezing to ice. Let me take this is the water. Water is at 0 degrees Celsius. It is converting to the ice. Ice means like a species like this. Ice is species. So ice will convert at 0 degrees Celsius only. It is the water. It is the water. So what is the water? Will you please look on this one? It is the ice. It is water at same 0 degrees centigrade only. But the state is converted. But the first state is in the liquid state. The second state is at the solid state. But the thermodynamic state is changes. That means we are performing in this one. Which process? Isothermal process. Are you getting or not? Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
So that is the we are performing in the isothermal process. Now isothermal process means at constant temperature. One of the formula is there. At constant temperature, gas law. One of the law is there. Will you please recall that formula? At constant temperature, law.
Boils law.
Yes, Boyle's law. So what is the Boyle's law? Just me recall that for Boyle's law, P is inversely proportional to V at constant temperature. At constant temperature. This is the Boyle's law, na? So the P is inversely proportional. That means P by V is equal. PV is equal to constant at constant temperature. At constant temperature. This is the Boyle's law. So that means in the isothermal process, the system, the thermodynamic system will obey the Boyle's law. It will obey the Boyle's law. So in the isothermal process, in the isothermal process, the system will obeys. Which formula? Boyle's law. Boyle's law will obeys. It will obeys the Boyle's law. Boyle's law. It will obeys. What is the Boyle's law? PV is equal to constant means PV is equal to constant. This will be obeys. So that means our system is converting from initial state to final state. We are converting. So the initial state we are taking the I notations. The final state we are taking the notations of F. That is equal to PIVI is equal to PFVF. We will take the Boyle's law. Are you getting or not? Hello. Listen that now. So now, if you want to draw the graphs, how it look like means. So how the isochoric process will be give the graphs means. Let me take the graph PV graph. Let me start with the PV graph. PV graph means we need to draw the graph in between pressure and volume. Pressure and volume we are taking. So how it look like? So where I already told you what is the formula is there. Pressure is inversely proportional to the volume. So that means you are increasing the pressure. Volume must be decreases. Are you getting or not? Hello.
Yes,
So
sir.
that means if we are increasing the initial pressure is here, let me take it is the PI. The final pressure is here. It may take is the final pressure VI. But volume must be, what is the volume must be decreases. It should be decreases now. Sorry, we are increasing the pressure. Volume must be decreases. Are you getting or not? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Volume must be decreases means how it look like. So how can we draw this one? Let me take somewhat gap in this one. Otherwise, you cannot draw. Let me take somewhat bigger graph. This is the graph at volume and pressure. Let me start here. We are moving up to here. So initial pressure P high here, initial pressure PF here. Let me start with here. We are in the initial volume is here. Initial volume is equal to VI here. So if you are moving from here to here means the graph will come down like this. It is not like this. It is if you come down like this means the volume will be the pressure is coming down, not like this. Draw this one. Otherwise, I will draw the graph for the expansion. We can invert that one. We can invert that one. Let me draw the graph for expansion. Expansion means volume is increasing. Volume is increasing means volume is rising means for expansion graph. After that I will draw. I will try once again. Draw for expansion. We can just inverted that one. Why it is that? Yes. For expansion. Expansion means volume is initial value is lesser than to the final value. Where initial value is lesser than to the final value means initial pressure is higher than to the final pressure. Are you getting that? Hello? Hello? Are you there? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, done. What I am taking expansion. Expansion means the initial value is lesser than to the compared to the final value. So what is the law is there? P is inversely proportional to the volume. So VI is the lesser means PI will higher. So that is I am taking, this is the expansion. Expansion means the gas is initial pressure is equal to P high here. The final pressure is equal to lesser value. It is coming down PF here. So the initial value is equal to lesser value here. So the final value is gone to the up to here. So it will come down like this. Are you getting or not? Hello.
Yes, sir.
This is I am taking this is the final value. This is the initial value of this one VI. That is the final value of the VF. Let me try now for the compression. Compression, how it look like? Let me take compression. Now this side I will draw. So now the compression means for the this completely used for this one. Now I am taking the compression. Compression, what is the conditions we are having? VI is lesser than to the VI is lesser than to the VF. Final value no.
VI greater than
VI greater, yes, VI is greater than to the VF. Then what will happen? PI is lesser than to the PF. PI is lesser than to the PF. Due to the compression, final value must be increases. Now, let me take the one of the position. I will start here. PI is lesser. PI is lesser means I will starting from here. PI. Here is the final value is equal to PF. PIS is greater. Let me start somewhere here. Now VI is greater. VI is greater. Okay.
PF greater, sir.
PF greater this one.
PF is greater. Okay, that's why I taken here. So the compression means PF is greater means it will come like this. Then it is come like this. It is going like this. It is coming like this. Now I am taking, this is the VF. VF final value is initial value. No, wrong. This is wrong. Let me draw this one in opposite manner. So if you are moving, PI is like this. No, like this we will draw. Let me take any one of the values means we can easily get the answer. Take one of the values. Let me take, these are the 1, 2, 3. These are the 1, 2, 3. Now what is the date? PI is lesser. PI is lesser means the PI at the PI state VI is greater. So that means we should be here. So this is the first position. The PF is greater means VI is lesser. VI is lesser means we should be here, somewhere here. Antena? Hello.
Sir, VI greater, sir.
VI is greater. Oh. Okay.
Yes, sir.
VI is greater. This is the VI. VI. This is the PI. VI PI position is this one. So now what is our VF? VF is a lesser. VF is a lesser means this is the VF and PF. This is the VF and PF. So that means we are moving like this.
Same graph, sir.
We are, but arrow must be reverse. Arrow must be upward direction. That must be, arrow must be reverse. That is the thing. So are you getting or not? So this is the VIPI. PI is the lesser, that's why volume is higher. So but PF is higher, but volume is increased. That is the compression gap. But is the arrow must be increased. That is the graph. Just I confused, small little bit confused. So now if we go to the another one, is there any confusion? Hello? Hello?
No, sir.
No, but please don't confuse. Then I am going to the another graph. Let me draw the graph for the V and T graph. V and T graph. V and T graph means in the in the isothermal process, the temperature must be constant, na? In the isothermal process, temperature is always constant. Temperature always constant means Ti is equal to Tf is equal to T only, always T only. Now if we draw the graph on V and T, what will happen? So let me take it is the temperature T and it is the volume V means now I am taking it is the initial value Vi, it is the final value Vf, but always these 2 points Ti and Tf must be same. The graph look like this. Hello, are you getting or not? So this is the volume increasing. Volume increasing means expanding. Volume increasing means this graph will expanding. So this will tells that isothermal expansion graph. So the volume is increasing now. It is increasing now. That's why I am taking like this. In the similar manner, isothermal compression graph, how it look like? So the isothermal compression, this is the Vf and Vi. So if you take the graph Vf minus Vi means so Vf is coming down, this is coming like this. So it is the temperature Tf and Tf and Ta also both are same. It is the same temperature only. Now tell me what is the slope of these graphs? What are the slope for this graph? Slope for these graphs is equal to theta is equal to, so that is equal to del of V divided by del of T. Yes.
Sir, graph lo Vi పైన ఉంటుంది.
No. What I am telling you, TF is the final value. So yes, VF compression. TF. It is the compression. It is the volume decreasing. Decreasing graph. Volume decreasing graph. This is the volume decreasing. This is the volume increasing. That is nothing but expansion graph. It is the compression graph. Compression graph. So this is the graph we are having. So thank you, ma. Let me change this. Yes. Now here volume Vi, volume Vf, temperature Ti, temperature Tf. But remember here Ti is equal to please take care about here. Ti is equal to Tf is equal to T only. Now the slope is equal to, slope value is equal to theta is equal to some value delta T divided by Tf minus Ti, but this value will be 0, delta V is equal to, it will come to the infinite value. Infinity value will get. Now if we go to the PT graph means a pressure and temperature graph. Pressure and temperature, what I told you, always T must be constant. T must be constant means pressure, increasing pressure graph I am drawing. Increasing pressure graph. So increasing pressure graph means if we take this one, so the initial pressure is equal to Pi like this, the final pressure is equal to Pf like this. The increasing pressure means it will look like this, but the temperature must be constant, same temperature only. Now what is the slope here? Slope
Infinity.
Infinity. Slope is equal to infinity because of dP by dt value is equal to infinity. So if the pressure is decreasing means same graph will come arrow in downward direction. For decreasing pressure. So the decreasing pressure means the same graph. So the initial pressure is the Pi, the final pressure is somewhat down Pf. So it will coming down like this. So the temperature must be same. That is also here also slope must be same. Slope must be same infinity because of dp by dt. Dt value is going to be 0. That's why we are getting the slope must be 0. Now what is the work done in this process? What is the work done? Work done in this process, that is the very, very important. So work done in this process is equal to, very, very important, ma. So work done in this process, W is equal to, recall the formula. So dW is equal to P into dV. I told you, P into dV. So the total work done is equal to, how can we get? So if the system is converting, if the system is changes from P1 V1 T2 P2 V2 T, it changes because of it is the isothermal process. Temperature must be constant. So what is the formula we need to use here? So the total work done is equal to total work done is equal to, I already told you, W is equal to, we need to integrate the dW with specific limits. So this is the P dV, P into dV, we need to write like this, P dV we need to write like this. But here is the dV term is there, here is the pressure is there, but we need to convert the P term in terms of V terms. How can we convert this one? So we look on this one, we know that what we know, PV is equal to nRT. We are using the ideal gas equation. PV is equal to nRT. From this one, P is equal to nRT divided by V will get. So where we are having the P term, we will directly substitute the V term. Then W is equal to, are you getting or not? Hello?
Yes.
So following so that is equal to integral of, where P term is there, we will substitute the nRT V into dV. Now we can do the integration because of we are doing the integration with respect to the V only, nothing is there, that's why we will directly do. In this one, N is the constant, R is the constant. In isothermal process, T also constant. We will take all constant terms in outside, only remaining terms we will keep. So nRT integral of 1 by V into dV we will get. But what I told you, the system is changing from which state to which state? P1 V1 T2, it is changing to other state, P2 V2 and T state is converted. What are the volume limits? The initial state I am taking V1, final state limits is the V2 I am taking. So the limits is V1, and final limits is V2. Are you getting that now? So the final limits is V2 means you already well familiar about this one. Integral of 1 by x into dx is equal to log x. This formula you already familiar. So integral of 1 by v dv is equal to log v. So that is equal to W is equal to nRT into log of V into V1 V2. So then substitute the limits value, the upper limit value minus lower limit value, nRT into log of bracket open, log of V2 minus log of V1. We will get like this. Then you know the formula, log of A minus log of B is equal to log of A by B we can take. A by B we can take. That is equal to nRT into log of V2 minus V1 we will get. This is the formula for the work done in the isothermal process while the volume is converting from the initial state V2 to final state V1. Sorry, initial state V1 to final state V1. So you may get the doubt why you should change this formula. W is equal to integral of P dV I written. You may get the doubt, some of the doubt, why should we change the dV term? Can you change the dV term instead of dP? Na, we may get the doubt because of nRT is equal to, sorry, PV is equal to nRT term is there. So instead of dV, can you write the dP term also? You may get the doubt like this. So you may get the doubt dP is equal to V into nRT will get. So dP is equal to nRT divided by V you can take. nRT divided by V we can take. So no, nothing. Wait. 1 minute. Wait 1 minute. 1 minute. No. So this is this approach we need to go in another manner. So let me stop here. I am giving the direct formula here. Let me give the direct formula here. Because of we need to go in another manner, then it is having some of the big derivation is there. That derivation is not available. Okay, let me write the direct formula. Let me write the direct formula. So in the direct formula, in the P terms, the direct formula W is equal to nRT into log of V1 minus P1 divided by P1 divided by P2. This is the formula, P1 divided by P2. So how it came? This formula means we need to do some of the procedure. So I will tell tomorrow that one. Let me write in the general case. In general case, W is equal to nRT into log of the final volume Vf divided by initial volume Vf, that is equal to nRT into log of the initial pressure Pi divided by final pressure Pf. This formula you need to by heart this formula. So this formula already we derived. This formula I need to explain. So let me explain that one also. In tomorrow I will explain that one. Yes, please.
Pf is inversely proportional to.
Yes, that one also we will get, but nRT is there, na? nRT also we need to take. So what I take in Boyle's law is there, na? P is inversely proportional to V. That is equal to Pf divided is equal to Vf. So that's why yes, we will get that one also. From that one also we will substitute here. So as P is inversely proportional to the V, we can take like this. We have the derivation also for this one. So otherwise you can directly take this one with as the P is inversely proportional to V, because of we are in the process of isothermal process. Now isothermal process means we are obeying the Boyle's law. So Boyle's law is telling that P is inversely proportional to V. That's why we directly use this formula. So directly this formula we need to remember. So up to work done is over. What about the first law of thermodynamics? Last one. The first law of thermodynamics. First law of thermodynamics. Let me take TS, thermodynamics. T, let me take the. What is the first law of thermodynamics telling? dQ is equal to du plus dW. So dW, but what I told you, I told you, please remember one formula. Du is equal to n. What that formula? N into CV delta T I told you. But in your isothermal process, T is always constant. That is equal to N into CV into TF minus Ti. So this value must be equal to the in isothermal process. Delta U must be equal to 0. Are you getting or not? Hello?
Sir.
So delta U is equal to 0 means the internal energy is not changing. If the internal energy is not changing here means the total energy what we supply to the system, dq is equal to du term is 0, du term is 0 plus dw you will get dq is equal to dw. But in the internal in the what I told you, dq is equal to, we already derived these formulas, that is equal to nRT log of nRT log of Vf divided by Vi, we can use this formula. Otherwise we can use nRT log of which formula? One more formula is there na, Pi divided by PF divided by Pi formula we will use. This is the formula for the first law of thermodynamics in isothermal process. Are you getting or not? Hello.
Yes, sir.
So this is the formula. Let me stop here. So other students are waiting for the next class also I have. So tomorrow we will continue. Let me start here, please.